And welcome to the Inland Sports Show. It's Wednesday night. It's quarantine style. I'm here from my living room. We've got a lot to get to. We appreciate you tuning in because we will carry the sports conversation throughout this whole stay-at-home process. My name is Pep Fernandez. Jeff Gorham. Let's see. I'm going to punch him up. He should be in his man cave right about now. Let's see. Jeff?
Yes.
How are you doing out there?
I am in my lair. Rich Jeff is in his lair. Yes, I'm in my lair. I'm in the, not many people have a wine cellar, but I do over here in the feed. It's beautiful. I'm hanging out with my family. They're in those doors over there. And when I yell to them, they run down the stairs into my secret lair where they do not bother me. Where I have basketball, I have foosball behind me. I've got it all. I'm quarantined and ready to go, Pep!
So you are making the most of this opportunity, it sounds like.
I've been down here for 2 weeks straight. I haven't seen a soul. I'm going crazy, Pep.
What is behind you real quick? What are we looking at?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I've got a nice little area out in the garage area where my beautiful, lovely wife built this, it's like a family shrine. I guess it has all of my moment. I showed you before the show. I got pictures of Magic up there with me, Kareem, Jamal Wilkes, everybody. And then I have all the teams that I coached, all those winning teams back there.
Yeah.
I have basketball, so anybody comes over to the stately Gorham Manor has to play me in some hoops. I got foosball behind me. I've got some Star Wars memorabilia on one of these walls, and it's a smorgasbord of Gorham. And so it was put together by my wife, and my boys are up there. Coach Fisher, our teams we were on, did some stuff. It's just a little, cool place.
It's a walk down memory lane.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I come out here, and I have a beer or a pop. I got a meat cellar out here. Oh, yeah, it's wonderful. I got TVs. I got it all. Look at me. I'm like Batman. I am Bruce Wayne here in the Batcave.
Nobody knows where you live. It's all secretive.
Yeah, very much so.
Hey, man, we've got a big show tonight. Coming up, Heritage High School named a new head football coach, Adam Contreras, longtime assistant, one of the good guys on Coach Broach's staff. So we're going to have an exclusive interview coming up with him in just about 10 minutes. We've also got Jordan Andrade, who's a star baseball player from Yucaipa High School. Could hear his name called in the Major League Baseball draft, but he'll go to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV, either way. And then Dechon Burns from Linfield Christian. He'll join us in the third segment. So, Jeff, I know, listen, we're going to start hyping up high school football. We're going to prepare for it like it's going to happen. But there are concerns, right?
Definitely concerns. My biggest concern is it's going to be all based on what the colleges are going to do. What if they're going to even allow high school students back on campus in the fall? I'm hoping so. That's my job. That's my livelihood. that is the big question that we're probably going to have to see. It's going to be I hate to say it, probably another month or so before we really know if we've got a grasp on this thing. It would devastate a lot of people. I don't know if you could have a revolt in California if you didn't have high school football, but I could see if other states are opening up, you go to Utah or Nevada or Colorado, these states that might open up, you could see some very quality high school football players transfer out of here and play just so that they're able to play their senior year to get recruited.
Yeah, can you imagine what that would look like if there were, let's say, certain counties in California that said, no, we're going to do it. And let's say, I don't know, for sake of conversation, LA County said, no, we're not going to, no high school football, we're not going to do it. Can you imagine what kind of transfer problem that would present if, like you said, if kids move out of state or if they just move around the state to places that are playing high school football?
Well, yeah, look at, I think it was Hurricane Katrina. Do you remember back in New Orleans, all of those, everybody, the western states, because there was no high school football for a year, and a lot of those schools closed down because of the Katrina. I mean, we could have this on a mass scale, obviously worldwide, but nationwide for sure, and definitely it's going to affect California and New York because those two populated areas are being hit the hardest.
Yeah, I'm curious. I was kind of thinking about some high school football teams, and we don't have a lot of local ones that play out of area teams, but I do know, like for example, Centennial High School, they are playing a team, actually one of the best teams in the country, St. Francis Academy from Maryland. I don't know what's going on in Maryland right now. I haven't looked at what their coronavirus situation is, but they may be in a spot where they're saying, okay, we're not going to travel. We're not coming out to California to play football.
And you might have a situation where you can't obviously have student athletes, within 6 feet of each other, and that they're banging and practicing every single day. That means you're going to have to let in fans. I mean, football is a lot different animal than, say, tennis or golf. I mean, you can do these certain things with other sports, swimming possibly. But when you're involved in basketball and football, wrestling, those type of sports, it could really, really hamper their seasons and really affect high school sports nationwide.
Well, here in Riverside County, they amended the order a little bit, so you can golf, but there's restrictions, like how many people can be in your group and 6 feet apart and all that stuff. But you're right.
Did they say that you're still banned though from golfing?
Me? They don't want me golfing.
Pep Fernandez.
No, they don't want me out there. That'd be ugly. But you bring up a good point. Sports, I think, like golf, tennis. If you want to go to like the higher levels, like I think NASCAR. I mean, there's certain things that you could probably bring back a lot sooner than, let's say, basketball, right?
You can't if they're still doing the social distancing or whatever they're calling it. You can't play basketball. You can't play hockey. You can't play football. You can't play soccer. You can't play any of these things because you're within those boundaries. 32 to 40 minutes per game.
Yeah, I just, again, it's way too early. It's April, and we're trying to make decisions about what's going to happen in August and September. So it's still way, way too early. But still, you got to have some plans in place how the fall might look. My personal hunch is I'm pretty confident we will have high school football. But what will it look like? Will it be no fans? Will it be some fans? Will it be a shortened season? I guess like everything's still on the table, but I'm confident we'll have something high school football related, college football related in the fall.
Yeah, I hope so. My little guy's here wanting milk, by the way. He's you gotta say hi, Luke. Come here. You want to say hi?
What's up, big Luke?
Hello, Dad.
Whoa!
Hey, go have your mom get this because we're on the air here, buddy. Take this with you. Okay, this is. Oh, my man cave's been blown.
They're on to you.
They're on to me. Okay, so I'm sorry. What were we just saying there?
I just, we'll end it with this. My hunch is we'll have high school football in the fall. I don't know what exactly it'll look like, but I think we'll have it. What do you think?
I hope so. And it all depends on, it's not a federal thing. It's a state thing. And if you're a teacher and you're able to be on campus with these students, I don't even know what the classrooms are going to look like. I mean, do we have to add more teachers because if you have 37 students in a classroom, you're going to have to add more teachers because you can't space out 37 kids in a class. So if you get that squared away, if they're coming back to school, then they're definitely going to have high school football.
I hope so.
Yes, I mean it's driving me bonkers. Luckily, I live in a nice place, and I'm with my kids. But a lot of people aren't. I mean, I look at a lot of my students, and they're they're still at home by themselves because the parents are still working, or they're just not. They don't have the access to the computers. It's just a mess, and I really hope that schools are the first to get fixed in this situation. I don't mean to sound like a bad guy. I just want it fixed. I want it organized, and I hope that there's a plan in place when we go back.
Well said, Jeff. I appreciate it. We'll come back to you at the end of the show. Why don't you go get some milk? Get some milk in the house.
I got my milk? I hate when you say milk. You sound like you're from Minnesota. It's milk. You did work on a dairy farm, but I don't care.
M-E-L-K, milk.
No, it's not like Pella. What are you, Canadian? Good night, everybody.
All right, that's Jeff Gorham, everybody. We'll check back in with him towards the end of the show. And Jeff, maybe one of these days we will take a tour of your man cave down there.
Never!
The great Jeff Gorham, everybody, here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to talk more high school football here on the Inland Sports Show. We've got some cool stuff still to get to, including our exclusive interview with Heritage head coach, Coach Adam Contreras. That's coming up next on the Inland Sports Show.
So with our school program, it's called BASS, the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. We've had our school for about 3 years now. We're going to be opening up enrollment for the 2020-2021 school year. And if you really want to get involved, it's all referral based. You either have to come speak with us directly, or if you know someone who's currently in the program. But it's a great program. It's all the meat and potatoes of just your rigorous academic program and a complete collegiate strength and speed development program as well. It's a real collegiate vibe. It challenges the kids. It's not an easy program by any means, but we've had a lot of growth with our student athletes as they move on to high school, whether they're going to a public school or private school. It's a program that really prepares you, not just academically, but physically for the next level.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. And we have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Don't forget, there's 2 Spoiled locations now. I'm at the brand new one right off the 91 freeway at Arlington. You can spoil yourself. You can spoil your car. You come in here, 10 minutes, you're in and you're out. You're back on the road. Go check out Spoiled, local business, locally owned and operated. And they've got the location off the 215 freeway at Alessandro. And this one, the brand new one here, off of the 91 at Arlington.
I felt spoiled. It was great. I got in easy. I mean, the price was the best. The price is just helped me out. And what I really enjoyed about it is that they explained to me what was going on today. And I feel like when I walked out of here, I just felt so special. I said I had a new boyfriend. His name is Spoiled.
You got your flower.
And I got the flower.
Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show.
So with our school program, it's called
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. It's Wednesday night, quarantine style, here from my living room. Soon enough, we will be back in the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio with our good friends there at Teen Vision TV 16, so we can get back in the safe confines of the studio. But until then, we're going to try to hold it down from my living room. Forgive my mess in the background. Like everyone else, the kids are at home doing school. We got laundry going on. But right now, joining us on the show, and we're really excited to have this guy on because we love heritage football. We love what the Patriots are doing down there. And he's next in line following the great Kraig Broach. It's the new head coach of the Patriots, Adam Contreras. First off, Coach, congratulations. I never thought Coach Broach would actually step down. And when he did, it sounded like you were the logical choice. He was kind of like passing off the baton in a sort of a way to you, the next guy in line. You're a heritage guy.
Yeah, no, it was exciting. That they thought of me to be the next guy in line. And by the way, it's Melk, M-E-L-K.
Isn't it right?
It's Melk. My fiance, that's what she says, and I used to say milk, but it's Melk. But I'm excited. Thanks for having me here. It's good to be a Patriot, and it was out of the blue, but Coach Broach said, you're up. So here I am.
So, Coach, let's go down memory lane just a little bit. So you played for Coach Broach. Let's start there. So you played for him. I think it was in Valley Center. Is that right?
Valley Center High School. Yes, he was a running backs coach, I believe, back in 2001, 2002. And matter of fact, the legend Papa Broach was my position coach, and so that was many moons ago. But here we are now.
Is it kind of weird to think it's come full circle like this, that you played for the Broaches and you go to Heritage, you were an assistant I think for like 6 years, and now you're running the show.
Yeah, I never thought that would happen, but it's really cool to come full circle because you get to learn from the best. Coach Broach, obviously, those are big shoes to fill at Heritage, and he's done a fantastic job at Heritage and building a program that I'm excited to take over. And, when he said, you're up, I kind of said, whoa. It was kind of like a double whammy. He said, hey, I'm stepping down. And I told Mr. Bennett, you're the dude. So I'm like, okay, let's get this show on the road. But, I'm just very, very excited for the opportunity. And it's cool that, it's come to this, and I'm excited.
Well, Coach, let me ask you this. So When I think of heritage football, I think of like really big guys up front. I think of great running backs, and I think of a physical defense, a defense that wants to punch you in the mouth. Is Heritage going to look different? Are you going to say, hey, forget about defense, we're going to score 100 points a game, we're going to air it out? I mean, I know you're going to put your stamp on it, but you must have learned some things from Coach Broach that you're going to carry over. Yeah, how might Heritage look this year?
Man, we're going to go, 7-on-7 style, air it out, throwing it 90 times. No, you know what? You guys have a great saying. If it ain't Broach, no, you know what? We're kind of in a unique, situation with the quarantine, and we're not going to have a spring ball. We're not going to have a summer or limited summer, and so I've been around him again for a while now, and so this Heritage team is going to look very similar. We're huge up front. We're very physical defensively, and it's going to look very, very similar to the vintage Heritage. So, with my own little spin on it.
Oh, of course. Let me ask you this, Coach. So you mentioned it, the fact that we're all quarantined and the schools are closed. You're not practicing right now. Will it affect how you kind of put in game plans for this fall? Like, are you in the back of your mind? Are you thinking, okay, once I get all the players together, we actually get practicing, everyone's going to have to kind of simplify it a little bit, maybe? I don't know. Or am I overthinking it?
No, you're absolutely right. We're very limited in our time, and so that the thing to do, the right thing to do is do what you've been doing. The coaching staff's going to stay the same. We have I called all the guys to make sure they're on board with me. And so, I'm going to be running the offense. Defense going to be taken care of. And so, so we have to prepare as if we're going to have a season. And the best way to do that is, run what we run. Run what we're good at. Like today, we could run our offense. Today, we could run our defense. And if we had one day to prepare, that'll be good enough for us to be successful. So,
do you have a hunch that July 1st, August 1st, when you might actually be able to get on the field, or I think everyone's just kind of playing the waiting game? It sounds like.
Yeah, we're just kind of playing the waiting game. I'd like to say July 1st, but I really don't know, and I try to call all the people, all the decision makers, but they're still waiting as well, and so. What's cool is, I've gotten a lot of love from the staff, from all the players, the current players, the former players, and they're already working out. They say, hey, I got you, Coach. We're working out already. We're doing what we need to do to have a successful season. So, that's cool to hear.
Well, Coach, I know, the quarantine, the stay-at-home orders, hurting spring football practices, but a little bit closer to home for you, you were supposed to be getting married this month.
Yeah, April 3rd, 2020 was going to be a big day for my fiance, Kayla, and I. And so, we got the news that, because we're supposed to be getting married in Austin, Texas. And we got the news a couple weeks prior to the wedding date. And they said, hey, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to postpone. So our new date is 12/18/2020. So,
So you timed it perfectly. So right after Heritage wins a state title, you can just go off and get married.
Exactly. I get my ring, she gets her ring. So it's a win-win situation. But he's been very supportive of this decision, and making the decision. I wanted to ask the boss, and she's the boss, and I'm starting to learn that. And she's been very supportive since day one, and, so happy to have her in my life.
Yeah, I mean, a big shout out to all the wives and the girlfriends, the fiancés who have to put up with. I say put up with because you know what you're getting into. But dude, football season's hard, man, and being a football coach's wife is hard. And they're saints. These wives are saints.
Oh, they're excited, and she, I consulted Broach, and she consulted Tanya Broach, and Tanya has been very supportive of Kraig, and so she's been very supportive, and in this process, and reaching out to Kayla and say, hey, everything's going to be okay, and because that's one thing about Broach, what he's always taught me is family. There's there's a football family, but then there's a home family, and he's such a family man, and and I learned a lot about that in coaching with him. So I plan on adopting that philosophy as well.
Yeah, he's one of the best for sure. The legendary Kraig Broach. Well, Coach Contreras, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
And and don't be a stranger like Coach Broach. I want to talk to you more. I want these interviews.
Yeah, you know what? I thought about when you reached out to me. I was like, you know what? Should I leave him on read? On read? And like, or you know what? And I was like, you know what? I need to be me. And that's what Broach told me. He's like, you know what? Don't try to be Coach Broach, and because you'll never be Coach Broach. Just be Adam Contreras. Yeah. Adam Contreras has gotten you to where you are, and so I'm just excited, to be the head coach of the Heritage Patriots, man. And we're gonna make some noise in the IE.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I appreciate you spending some time with us on a Wednesday night, and hopefully we'll see H-Town back on the field real soon.
Absolutely.
That's
all right.
Adam Contreras, the new head football coach for the Heritage Patriots. Thank you so much, Coach, and let's do this again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Pep.
All right, we'll have more Inland Sports Show when we come back.
Cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, man. And yeah, anytime. Yeah.
Yeah, we have some dudes, man. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man. And I appreciate everything, and it's gonna be exciting.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog.
I'm busy. I got things to do. But I really need an oil change. I just need something fast and affordable. Well, I'm right off the 91 in Arlington. Let's go check out Spoiled. And they even got a 10-minute oil change special.
Stickers up, lights reset on day one.
Okay, looks like you're all set.
Have a good one.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Thanks for everything.
Spoiled, quick quality oil change right off the 91 freeway at Arlington.
The overtime program is really where it all started. So it's a complete off-season program where we do strength training, speed training, we do nutrition prepping. We offer our athletes supplements at the end. It has everything you need. We track progress, we track their weights, we do performance testing. It's really everything you need to prepare for your upcoming season. It's a great program. We've had a lot of great athletes get involved in it, and we're going to be rolling it out again this January. This is the most important part of the off season. You know, if you really need to get better, you really need to improve, you got to put the time in. And I mean, to get stronger, to get faster, it takes time. Well, you can definitely visit our website at www.boosttrainingsystems.com. You can come check us out at 500 Harrington Street, Suite C1. Check out the Boost Performance Center, or you can contact us directly at 951-532-3903. Just send us a text.
Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show. The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. It's Wednesday night. It's the stay-at-home order. It's a quarantine edition, live from my living room. But the sports conversation continues. We want to keep this going strong. We're believing for high school football season, and that's what we're planning for. And we're going to check in with a bunch of coaches and athletes as we get closer to the season. And join us live on the show from the somewhere at the Burns compound at a secret location, the head coach of the Linfield Christian Lions, Dechon Burns. Coach, how are you spending quarantine? What have you been up to?
Been working, man. We've been getting after it. From training virtually, online to, the boys are home with Lorenzo and Simeon, and they've been training and working out. So I've been staying active and in team meetings and some other stuff. So, a lot to do. And to clean up around the house, laundry, yard work, getting my dad's in the kitchen, getting that on and getting my cooking skills up. So been getting after it.
I was going to say a lot of the football coaches I've talked to so far, it sounds like the honey-do lists have been growing because we know high school football coaches are extremely busy and the season is 365 days a year now. So those honey-do lists are long, but this is the time to get them done.
Oh, you got to. So there's laundry, there's yard work, there's odds and ends, putting screws in this, hanging this up, taking this down, all of that good stuff.
I'm right there with you, Coach. But so you talked about some of the virtual stuff you can do. Like what are some things that you could do right now to get ready for your first game of the season?
Well, for us, we're breaking down our first couple of opponents. We had some film on them, so we're breaking those guys down. We're actually meeting. Team meetings. You're looking at, for us, spring ball will be starting here within a week or so. So instead of physically getting out on the field, we're having virtual meetings and doing spring ball. We're having spring football right now via, meetings and chalk talk and classroom football IQ stuff. And then talking about the recruiting process and what's going on there, getting our guys educated there. And then logging in and making sure guys are getting some type of workout in, visually or virtually. They have certain workout regimens they have to do. Some log on and work out via a virtual training that I go through. You don't need much space. You just need enough to expand your arms and kick your feet out, right? Be able to lay down in all direction and get after it. So there's a will, there's a way,
Coach, are you looking forward to this fall? Because even just looking at at least the last two seasons, winning a CIF D12 championship and a great run to the semis in D11 a season ago. Felt like, the cupboard wasn't bare. You excited about this upcoming year?
Anytime we get a chance to lock up and go at it, I get excited, and chance for a new group of guys to get out there and set their mark and set their tone and coach ball. So I'm definitely excited and just see what we can do this year as a team and as a unit and how we put it together. Just an opportunity to go out and continue to compete. So I'm excited, to be able to do what we love. So it's always a plus.
So, Coach, let's assume for this conversation at least that we do have football this fall, and I know the CIF Southern Section had implemented a new playoff format, and the way I understood it was you wouldn't know what division you were going to be in until the end of the year. I don't know if the coronavirus and all this changes that. If they go back to the old format from a year ago, I don't know, what this exactly means. But what are your feelings on that? Or does it matter who you play? You just kind of show up, and whoever you're lined up against, you play that night.
Right. I think we talked about it before. I think at that awards assembly we had, and bottom line is that whoever lines up, you got to play. So you just prepare to play. You don't get wrapped up in divisions. You have a good year and then you go up, and maybe you don't have a great year and you go down, or some other teams have great years and based on the old format, they bump up and you bump down. And if you get caught up in that, you get lost in the process. So for us, it's just you focus on who lines up on that first night, knuckle up and throw. So, whoever lines up is we got to get ready for. And we let the big wigs and the guys above my pay grade, they make those decisions and we just deal with it. So.
Coach, how about your sons? They're both college football players, and of course, Lorenzo at the University of Arizona. He was having a breakout career really with the Wildcats, and maybe we'll hear his name called sometime soon at the NFL draft. But what's it like having them at home? I guess it's kind of nice. You probably weren't expecting to have this in the month of April, having your guys home, but you've got them home, and I guess you can work them out a little bit and have them around the house, which is kind of nice. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
Oh, definitely. I'm really excited to have them home. I mean, I love having the kids home. It's been a minute since I've been here all at the same time, but I'm really impressed at how they're handling this and what's taking place. So they're online schooling, Simeon and Lorenzo, on a daily basis. Lorenzo's having team meetings, and so I'm walking in and out of the room and he's on meetings. He's in class. He's in study hall. Simeon's doing his stuff in the school, in the classroom. So my daughter Jalen is a senior at Linfield, and she's doing the same. But to see them get after it, and they wake up and they're pretty disciplined. Waking up and they're getting after it and working out. Lorenzo's taking up boxing, so he came back from Tucson with some gloves and decided he wanted to indoctrinate the whole house into this boxing thing. And I must say, the other night he took me in the garage and put me through a little workout, and they were trying to break me, Pep. They were trying to get after me.
Boxing's a great workout, though, right?
Oh my God, yeah. I much respect, and to watch him go and the way they were delivering those punches, and I'm watching, and so it got going in there, and they were testing me, and start out. I think you want to go 6 rounds. We ended up going 3 in 2 minutes, and I tell you, I was gassed. I was holding on, man. I was holding on. They were trying to give it to me, but we pulled through. It was good.
What do you think the key is to just getting through this quarantine, whether it's school or training? Is it just have a schedule, just try to continue with life, as you would if you were going to class each day or going to practice each day, and at this time you do this?
Yeah, I mean, kind of liken it to playing a night game, right? So first thing I learned when I got to school, obviously as a player in college and then coaching and in college and the pros, you keep your schedule, you keep your regiment. So if you eat breakfast at 7, you wake up and you eat breakfast. And then you go do the same things that you would do. Otherwise, you can fall victim and fall into the trap of being lethargic, right? And then you kind of lose focus. So you got to stay regimented, and you got to stay scheduled, and got to stay detailed. So I mean, get up, eat. You go do stuff around the house that you got to get done, or you got your workout stuff that you got to get done. You do that, and you keep living. I mean, you just, you minimize how much you got to go out for the necessities. Other than that, get it done, and you got to stay regimented. It's a discipline. It's a discipline at the end of the day. And if you treat it any other way, then you lose focus and you kind of get way off on the other edge. So for us, and the way we're kind of instructing our guys and our team is you got to get up and do the stuff that you do every day. Because in college, the reality is this is not far from college life. Or outside of that, right? I mean, other than, okay, you couldn't go out and go in somebody's or go somewhere. But if you're in school, you might have a class at 9. You may have another class at 2. So you got to get up and get your work done. You got meetings in between. You got all this other stuff that you got to get done. So just stay the course, live your life and do what you're supposed to do.
So, Coach, I don't have your Linfield Christian schedule in front of me, but do you have a week 0 game?
We have Arizona. Let me see if I can pull it up for you.
Is it like August 21st? I don't know if it's the 21st or 28th.
21st is Arizona Christian Preparatory. So, yep.
So for the sake of conversation, let's just say the CIF, let's say the state office says everyone can go back to high school football practice, but not until August 1st. So that would be 3 weeks. And I know, listen, I'm not super old, but I'm old enough to know that's high school football used to be like, you got like a week of training camp, maybe like another week or 2 of practice with pads, and then you had your first game of the year. And I know Division III college football does this quite a bit. I mean, so it's possible. It's probably not ideal, but it's possible if you only had a couple weeks to get into the season. It's doable, right, at least?
Right, extremely. I mean, we're just encompassing what Division III and the NAIs and everybody else has been doing for years. And you find out, I kind of like not the idea of it. I'd love to get back and get activated, but the reality is you're going to find out who's been doing what, right, at the end of the day. I mean, because you'll hit the ground running and you're going to get to camp. So the reality is what you miss the 7-on-7, you miss the summer stuff. But that's when camp will be taking place. So you're going to walk into camp. So you're going to come into camp. You got to be into shape. I mean, I do some stuff with Ricky Ortiz and some guys at the NFL, and they're looking at the same thing. There will be no OTAs, right? And they're going to be walking into camp. So there's going to be a draft, and then the draft happens and whatever takes place. And then guys are walking into camp. So if you don't come in ready, it's adios amigo. So, it's kind of the same premise. This is a chance to find out who really wants to do what they say they want to do, and then come in shape, come in ready. I mean, it doesn't prohibit you from getting in shape.
Yeah,
it doesn't keep you from doing that stuff. You're just not going to be organized. And I mean, I get it, but on the same token, if we have a game the 21st, it would put you right in time to have your practices. You got to have so many packed practices before your first game, so you're hitting in the stride. That's when we'd be going anyway.
Well, Coach, it's certainly going to be interesting. I know, listen, we're still in April. We've got a little bit of time still in front of us,
Yes.
but I know August will roll around soon and we'll have to have a plan in place. But my gut tells me we'll have high school football. I don't know what exactly that's going to look like. It's going to be with limited fans. Will it start a couple weeks late? I'm not exactly sure, but I think we'll have it. And you know, what's your hunch?
I believe so. I think that that's a big blow to a lot of things, right? If you don't have high school sports, fall sports, you have the college game that's going, you have the NFL game that's going, and they all feed off of each other. So there's no high school, then how does the college get going? If there's no college, then how do pros do what they got to get done to get ready for the draft? So it's a bigger picture. So I choose to put the energy of positivity in the air and live on that side of it than live in fear. So you got to prep like you're going to play.
Yep.
So that's what we're doing. We're 10 toes down and we're going forward like we're playing and really not listening to the other stuff,
All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes, man. All gas, no brakes.
Well, Coach, I always appreciate talking to you. Thank you for that, that positive, upbeat, message here, because I know a lot of people, man, we just want high school football. I think we just want normal life, but high school football is a part of normal life when we get to the fall. So that's what we want.
Yeah, I think everybody wants it, just to have a sense of normalcy and whatever new normal looks like. But it's possible. Just got to be mindful and do what we're supposed to do, and let the people that make decisions, they make them. But if I'm not in legislation, so that's not me. I don't wear that hat. I do some other things. So in doing that, I'm going to do what I do, and then and do my part. And when they say let's go, it's going to be time to go. I just got to make sure I'm ready when it's time to go.
Well, God bless you, Coach. Stay well, stay healthy. Tell the entire family I said hello, and hopefully next time we're talking about actual real games on the field.
Yes, indeed. Bless you, too. Thanks, Pep, for all you do.
All right.
Tell the fellas.
That's Dechon Burns, head football coach at Linfield Christian. We'll be back with more Inland Sports Show.
Thank you, Pep.
Awesome.
Thank you. Zoe, are you here? Come here, Zoe, real quick. Let me see. Zoe's right here, Pep. There you go. Here's
show. It's Wednesday night. It's the show. It's quarantined edition, live from my living room. Again, we'll be back in the Mike's Fitness Equipment studio, hopefully sooner than later. We miss our friends at Teen Vision TV 16, Johnny Nunez and the entire team. We miss being out there. But until then, yes, we will hold it down from my living room, talking local sports, and because there's still a lot that we can still be talking to. Even though we're quarantined, everyone's safe at home. We know what the order is right now, but there's still sports out there that we can talk about. You know, we feel so bad for the high school seniors out there, especially the spring sports seniors who did not get to see the conclusions of their seasons. And we're trying to give them a little bit of love and a little bit of publicity here on the Inland Sports Show, including, and this guy's had a fantastic high school career, didn't get to see his senior year entirely play out, but the great Jordan Andrade from Yucaipa High School joined us live on the Inland Sports Show. And Jordan, you had a great career. Were you looking forward to your senior year and trying to see how this was all going to kind of wrap up your prep career at Yucaipa High School with a big season? Just didn't get the chance to do it.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I was really looking forward to this year's team. The last 2 years we were, high powered with great baseball players, but this year, I mean, we still had an awesome team, even though we were more on the younger side. But I felt like we had a good chance to win another league title and go as far as we can into playoffs.
Now, you were a 4-year starter for the T-Birds, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now, Yucaipa High School has emerged as maybe the top program in the Inland Empire for high school baseball. What was it like being able to come into a program that has, obviously a lot of tradition, a lot of great players, including major league guys, and able to carve out a spot in the starting lineup for 4 years? I mean, was it hard work? Was it dedication? I mean, what do you think were the keys to kind of, find your spot in that program?
Yeah, for sure. I would say for sure my freshman year, because, they were looking at me as this young kid coming into the program. So some of the guys I was already friends with, but, I worked hard every single day. And at the time it was a different coaching staff, but I kept working hard, and I was able to play third base. And I think I batted in the 5th or 6th hole my freshman year. So yeah, just hard work and dedication. But yeah, it was really awesome, being a T-Bird and having all that tradition. So yeah, it was something I'll never forget.
Jordan, when you look back at your high school career, like obviously winning a CIF championship at Division II was obviously a huge deal. But when you look back at your career, what are some of the moments, some of the things that you'll remember?
For sure, just, all my friends, all my teammates, we all bonded really, really well. And, the entire coaching staff, they're all, with open hands to every single, open arms to every single one of us. And, it was really awesome. All the great games that we had, all the championships, all the league titles that we won throughout these 4 years or 3 years, really. So.
Yeah, this season, because I remember the high school baseball season, it did start. How many games did you guys actually get in?
I want to say we only got in about 12 to 13 games, honestly. And then as far as league goes, I only think we got 1 game in, and that was against Redlands East Valley. Did
you guys win that game?
We did on a walk-off, actually. Yeah, we did. I think it was 2-1, so it was a really hard-fought game, and they threw their ace pitcher, good lefty. But yeah, it was that was actually my last game as a Thunderbird. So,
and which is so crazy to think about. When you guys played Rev in your Citrus Belt League opener, I forget. I don't know what the date was, but do you remember going into that game thinking, this could be our last game? There's talk about closing school. We don't know what's going on. Was there any conversation about that when you guys were going into that game?
Well, to be honest, the whole quarantine and this whole virus thing wasn't even like a thing at that time, really. So yeah, I mean, for us, it was just another game, and it was my last league game, and yeah, no, we were home, so. It was a really good game, but yeah, no, at the time though, this whole quarantine virus thing wasn't even a thing. So,
Yeah, it's crazy. I still remember, I think it was an NBA basketball game where Rudy Gobert tested positive, and we were actually doing an inland sports show on a Wednesday night. And listen, I knew the coronavirus was real and it was serious, but I was like, there's no way they're going to shut down the NBA. They're not going to stop high school sports. Like, none of those things are going to happen. And then here we are. We're all quarantined. So what are some of the things that you can do, Jordan, having to stay at home? I mean, are you working out in your backyard? I mean, what are some things that you can do to kind of get ready for the next chapter in your career?
Yeah, I think just all athletes, especially with, like how you said, this whole thing going on, just having a schedule for your own self. So like for me, I'll wake up early in the morning and we have like our own little like mini gym in our garage. So I'll lift weights, and then after that, my father will take my little brother and I up to this little hill, and we'll run up there, for speed with the vest. And then throughout, the week, get in as many ground balls and hitting as much as I can. My little brother and I, we hit into our net right outside our house. So, obviously we can't control this. It does suck, but I think just having a schedule for yourself, and just, sticking to that schedule. So you're not, just sitting at home, not doing nothing.
So Jordan, let's look ahead in your career. So what's next? I hear you're going to UNLV for your college.
Yeah. Rebel Nation. Yeah. So I first committed to University of Washington, actually, which was my dream school in the 7th grade. So it was a high school camp, and we flew up there and I did the whole camp. And on the last day, they gave me a scholarship, but all the way till now, things changed and it was a different coaching staff. So I just didn't feel comfortable anymore. But after doing, research and going to different schools and stuff like that, UNLV felt the most comfortable. So I really love everything about it. The coaching staff is great, and I'm excited to be a Rebel.
All right, Jordan, let's fast forward 5, 6, 7 years from now. Where do you see Jordan Andrade? Is he in the major leagues? Is he playing one of these middle infield positions? Like, where do you see yourself?
Yeah, no, since a little boy, 3 years old, really, it's been my goal and my dream to make it to the MLB. So I just work hard every single day, and hopefully I can get there one day for sure. All
right, Jordan. Let's end on this. But don't touch your hat yet, because we're gonna play a quick little game here. So you've got your hat on backwards. Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna try to guess what team that is. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say.
Okay. All right.
Based on the colors, I'm gonna say it's a Yankees hat.
The Yankees?
Yes.
All right. Do I turn it around?
Turn it around. Let's see it.
It's Atlanta Braves.
Oh, Atlanta Braves.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean with the whole Navy right here.
Yeah, you got. I was gonna say Yankees or Red Sox, man, but yeah. Braves. I see that now. But hey, is there a Major League Baseball player that you look up to, or maybe someone who their playing style, their hitting style? Because I know you're a great hitter. Is someone that you kind of look at and you're like, okay, I'm similar to them.
Yeah, for sure. The one person I would say current would be Javi Baez. He was on the cover of MLB The Show, the video game. But yeah, I really admire that guy, and everything that he does on and off the field. Everything from how he fields, how he throws, how he hits, and for sure his swag too. So I really like his swag with all the eye black and haircuts and stuff.
So Jordan, you're a middle infield guy, and like we're seeing these shortstops and these second basemen, they're hitting for power now. They're some of the best hitters in all of baseball. Do you kind of feel like you kind of fit that mold too, like a slick fielding infielder, but also with some pop in their bat?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I hit to all different parts of the field, opposite field, right field, center, and left. But yeah, I think for sure I'm a contact hitter, and then sometimes I get some power into myself and be able to put the ball over the fence. So.
Well, Jordan, listen, I really appreciate the time. I know you got big things ahead of you, and I appreciate you taking out a couple minutes on a Wednesday night to join us on the Inland Sports Show. So best of luck to you, and let's stay in touch, man, because I think some great things are on the horizon for you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for having me on your guys' show. So.
Yes, sir. That's Jordan Andrade from Yucaipa High School, baseball star, taking his talents to UNLV, and who knows, maybe playing middle infield for the Atlanta Braves someday. Thank you, Jordan. Have a great night. We appreciate it.
Thank you. You guys as well.
And we will be back with more Inland Sports Show right after this.
Yes, sir. No problem. Thank you guys again.
We've had our school for about 3 years now. We're going to be opening up enrollment for the 2020-2021 school year. And if you really want to get involved, it's all referral based. You either have to come speak with us directly, or if you know someone who's currently in the program. But it's a great program. It's all the meat and potatoes of just your rigorous academic program and a complete collegiate strength and speed development program as well. It's a real collegiate vibe. It challenges the kids. It's not an easy program by any means, but we've had a lot of growth with our student athletes as they move on to high school, whether they're going to a public school or private school. It's a program that really prepares you, not just academically, but physically for the next level.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going.
Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show.
So with our school program, it's called BASS, the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. We've had our school for about 3 years now. We're going to be opening up.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on a Wednesday night. Let's wrap it up like this. A couple of quick notes. And I just saw this come down on Twitter actually in the last hour. And not a huge surprise. He did the same thing last year. And it looks like California Baptist basketball star Milan Aqua is going to test out the NBA draft waters. He did enter the NBA draft early last year to kind of test it out and see maybe where he stacked up. He did pull his name out because he did not have an agent, so he did return to CBU last year, but it looks like he's going to try it once more. Here's the quote that's from the CBU Lancers and the Milan Aqua Twitter feed. It says, "Today I notified the NBA of my intention to make myself available as the 2020 NBA draft as an early entrant. I need to say thank you to God for whom all my blessings flow, my family, teammates, and coaching staff. I would also like to say thank you to California Baptist University and the entire Riverside community for the opportunities and continued support over the last 2 years." He was the 2020 WAC Player of the Year. And again, he entered the NBA draft with no agent last year. He came back to Riverside to play for CBU for a second season. And California Baptist obviously had a fantastic follow-up, an encore to their first year in Division I to, breaking all kinds of records here in their second season at the Division I level. And it looked like they did finish in second place in the Western Athletic Conference, and they were going to, it looked like, make a postseason tournament and even host a postseason game. But again, now that Milan Aqua announcing that he will try out the NBA waters. Now, he did not mention in the quote if he has hired an agent. That's kind of the sticking point right there, is that if you hire an agent, you're not coming back to school. But like he did last year, he did not hire an agent, came back to CBU and played a second year for head coach Rick Roy and the Lancers. But congratulations to Milan Aqua. Really great guy. Obviously a big-time baller. And, man, wouldn't that be cool to see a CBU guy get drafted in the NBA draft? So congrats to Milan Aqua. And finally, yes, they are coming. I put it out on Twitter. Let's take a look. It is the official Inland Sports face covering, courtesy of Kin Sporting Goods. I ordered a bunch of them. I will be giving some away. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll do some, Inland Sports trivia on social media. Maybe I'll do a raffle. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out, but I ordered a bunch of them from Kin Sporting Goods, and I will be giving some away because it sounds like these masks and the order to wear face coverings is not going to go away anytime soon. So if you got to wear one, might as well look cool. I'm going to wear my Inland Sports one. And again, stay tuned. That's another reason to watch the Inland Sports Show because we might be giving away the masks based on maybe some trivia or some questions or something we do here during the show. So that's the masks. You can get yours at Kin Sporting Goods, whether you're a school, you got a local team, a local business, an organization. I've heard all kinds of people from plumbers to school districts to a city government wanting to get masks, specialized masks with their logo or whatever their something on their name or their logo on the mask. So check them out, Kin Sporting Goods. And a big thanks to all of our sponsors, not only Kin Sporting Goods, but Boost Performance Training. We've got Mike's Fitness Equipment, JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, and this company has been with us from the very start. Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. We started Inland Sports in 2014. Here we are going on 6 years later, and Spoiled has been by our side from the very start. Listen, I know it's the stay-at-home order, and I'm encouraging you to stay safe and stay at home, only going out for essential items. But if you are an essential worker, or if you are going out for essential items, your car needs maintenance, your oil light has come on, Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change will make it very easy for you, still practicing the masks and the social distancing. So they're going to make sure you're taken care of and keep everyone safe. So they got the location off the 215. That's off Alessandro and also off the 91 at Arlington. So 2 locations in the Riverside and Moreno Valley areas. They're going to treat you right. They are some of the best people in the entire world. So if you're out there for essential reasons, Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change is ready to help. All right, that's going to do it for this show. A big thanks to Jordan Andrade from Yucaipa High School, baseball star, Dechon Burns, head football coach at Linfield Christian, and of course, the new head football coach for the Heritage High School Patriots, Adam Contreras. If you're watching us live on YouTube, we're going to play this back out live on Twitter in just a little bit. We're trying something new with different audiences. With a staggered start time. So live on YouTube at 6, and then live on Twitter, maybe 7:30 or 8. We're going to roll it out live on Twitter as well because we had some great guests. Next week, we'll talk more high school football and who knows, because there are things going down local sports-wise, and we will bring it to you first right here on the Inland Sports Show. My name is Pep Fernandez, and we will see you next week.